Hey, what's up? I'm Kirk of Effectatron, and today we're going to announce the Really Rad Render Sweepstakes winners. Basically, here's the exciting news. If you're tuning in to this to find out whether you won or not, you did, because everybody won. So that's the big surprise for the sweepstakes. Basically, in my head, it was going to be kind of like the Punisher's community challenge, where, he has like thousands of people, everybody submits. But like, to me, it was like, that's kind of a lot to, do an entire animation to all this stuff. And like, what I'm trying to do is, give access to those people that are like, like me, kind of like afraid, people that are starting out. They're like, well, I don't think I can do a whole animation. Or I don't know if my computer can do that. Or I don't know if I'm going to win that contest, because they review it, they judge it. They do all that stuff, and that's like intimidating, especially if you're starting out for C4D or Redshift or whatever. It's like, I want to make something, but I don't really want to be judged about it. So that's why I made my sweepstakes. Basically, anybody can win, right? It's a random drawing, so whatever level you're at, whatever your machine can do, whatever you're capable of doing, just have fun. That was the main goal, and it was just a random drawing to see who would win. This scene here, and basically you were told just to do whatever you want. You can just render out a still image if you want. No pressure to do a character either. You can just delete them out, just don't move the camera, and that was pretty much the rule. So just to make it more accessible to people who are starting out. So in my mind, okay, so I'm not making it like you don't have to do it like super high quality. You don't have to even do an animation. You can just do a still. So in my mind, that opens the door to so many more people. So I'm thinking, all right, I mean, maybe this will become the biggest challenge ever on the internet, like bigger, because it's open to more people. But I'm disappointed, to be honest. I can't lie. I don't lie to you all. I always tell it to you straight. 16 people submitted. So a little disappointed, honestly, and then it's on me. That's not y'all's fault. I mean, well, it is. It is y'all's fault. No, but that's on me for not getting the word out and stuff. And, I don't know, maybe it wasn't something that people really wanted to engage in. And that's fine. But for those 16, guess what? You win. They were great prizes, and we're going to go over the submissions and talk about who won what. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I hope the main thing is that when I talk to these people about it, they had fun. So that's the thing that I have to take away from it. Like, I can focus on the fact that it wasn't thousands of people, which, no, it's not going to be that, right? It's my first sweepstakes ever. Of course, it's not going to be that big. But the main thing is, what I need to take away from it, and I'm just talking to myself here, honestly, is that the people had fun doing it. I got to talk to them while they were making it, and they just liked the fact that they could make something that they just wanted to make. Like, it wasn't for anything really besides just to see if they could make it. And like, that's kind of like, that's the best part of 3D. Like, that's the thing that I'm passionate about. And I think a lot of people, creatives, they lose that as they get further along in their journey. And especially if you're starting out, you can be anxious. Like, you do a lot of copying, what people do, or trying to do this or that. And you don't really want to share it a lot, because a lot of times you're like, well, it's not good enough. But I really think, I've tried to build my community around a safe place for people to just be positive and be, at any stage in the process. We've got some people that are like amazing, and I'm not sure why they watch my tutorials, because they're way better than me. And then I've got some people that are like, hey, I just opened up Redshift for the first time. How do I, and so like, that's kind of where we're at. And we just have like a community of people that are just like, no matter where you are, cool, we'll help you. We'll just going to help each other out. That's fine. It's not about, clout or judgment or anything like that. It's just, we're all just people behind the monitor. And that's the key. And so, anyway, let's get into it. So we've got, first up, where's my title? First up, Guillermo P. And if I butcher y'all's names, I apologize. But this one, I love this one so much. It's very like Ready Player One vibes, like the stacks, and stuff like that. And you've got the drones, coming in to attack and everything. Like, these are really awesome, cool, like SentryBot drones. I don't even know if they're like really drones, but you made them work as drones, which I love. This is my favorite part, I think, is that you added rad into the house back here. That's such a nice touch. We've got a little story. You've got your character. You've got a little story going on. You've got the nice bridge. Very, very cool explosions, because why not? They're just awesome. This is the a Kit Bash kit. I recognize some of these. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it could be Kit Bash. But it's awesome looking. I love it. So cool. And you have won. You've won some stuff from CG Hacks, and I will connect you up with Dustin from CG Hacks to get those cool textures and stuff. They've got like just awesome imperfection maps and stuff like that. Very, very cool stuff to take everything to that next level of realism. You can just layer on top of things. So congrats. And thanks again. I love it. Antoinette, who created this really, really pretty jungle scene. And we were talking about this weird issue that happens with volumetric scattering, and when trees and stuff have backlight plugged in with the Redshift material, and you get this kind of like almost where crushes your blacks to a weird point where it becomes kind of funky. So I didn't know about it at the time, Antoinette, but it's beautiful. I love it. So cool. The dense, it's lush, it's like varied, but it doesn't feel like you just copy and pasted a bunch. It feels right. I don't know, something about this. It feels very organic, and I don't know if you did it procedurally with the scatter or if you painted it on with an instance brush, because it feels good, or maybe it's a combo with both. But I love the way it's laid out. The lighting's good. Everything's good. So here's what I would say. In Photoshop, there's a way to now take an image and then add depth into it with the blur depth. And not just that, you can actually just add haze into it. So to show you how this works inside of, not inside of Photoshop, but an example is I have this scene that I created with Korea AI. It's just a forest scene, and I took it into Photoshop, and I used the blur depth and added haze into it automatically, and boom, the same shot. I used the environment mixer, which makes it, I told it to make it fall and more sunset, and then I added a depth of field and haze with one slider. So I think that would be the perfect solution to that scene, where you want that haze throughout your scene, but you don't want to mess up your backlighting and stuff. So maybe that's something we could look at later in the Discord. Let me know. Pretty cool. Okay. Love it. It's beautiful. You have won a full copy of the Mind in Motion workshop. That's right. $500 value. Yeah, you win. You get access to all 10 chapters of Redshift and C4D, from creating your first default scene setup so you can get started and rock and roll, getting your inner settings set up perfectly for your machine specifically and what you want to do with your workflow. And then, animation, materials, lighting, camera setup, post effects, how to make a reel, how to edit that video, pick out sound, music, all that stuff, as well as making product renders. Oh, it's a lot. And MoGraph on top of that with the new Pyro and everything. And then I'll be adding more particle stuff now in there, once I feel like I've mastered it and I can really teach you some useful things. But yes, congratulations. You have won the Mind in Motion workshop. Awesome. Up next is Mr. Exocomp, who made this really sick, interior sci-fi, I don't know, it's like a hub. It's almost like an arcade where you go, but you sit down and I feel like you pilot drones that do terrible things. I don't know why, but that's the vibe I get. But in classic Mr. Exocomp fashion, he's taken it into AI, and it just enhances it. And there's before and after, and it's just it doesn't change where anything is or anything. It just really makes all the textures pop a bit more. All the HUDs, elements, and stuff shine a lot better. And I have started using AI for stuff like this because it just looks cool. He still made the scene. I don't know, pretty awesome. Mr. Exocomp, you have won a asset of your choice from Pixel Lab. So maybe some nice, cool atmospherics or lightning would be good for this scene, but maybe, so check that out. Enjoy that, blow something up, do some magic or something like that. For sure, you enjoy that. This is so cool. I love it. I love the vibe. Next is Michael. Michael has created Tron, which is just awesome. I mean, you've got a classic, like, old school retro city on the left, and then over on the right, you have like the classic 80s jagged mountain, always in the background of all things retro wave. Very cool. I like the little white dots, just to be like, okay, he was out in the wild, and that's what the wild in this simulation looks like. And he's just chilling with his Tron bike, which is sick. I love it. The bridge is cool. Everything's nice and shiny. Very, very cool. Michael, you have won a Kit Bash kit of your choice, so enjoy that. Very cool. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I would suggest. There's so many cool ones, but man, that's tough. We'll talk in Discord about which one, because there's a lot of cool ones. But there's some that I think are like more your style. Okay. Well, I mean, I love it. I very much love it. I'm glad you went with Tron over Jaws, to be honest. Good choice. All right. Next up is Katan. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, but this is awesome. Like this feels like somebody made this, like this is in a small studio somewhere. Like somebody made this by hand and is taking a photo of it. And it looks like but it's a render. Obviously, it's awesome. Like, I love the trees are like sort of thin, but crazy, but realistic, but also very abstract at the same time. You've got the dog going across this little bridge, which is cool. I like that. This old man here fishing. He's got a little bucket of fish. He's got a nice little story. You've even got like subtle little ripples in the water where it's going down. Obviously, a nice little boat is parked here. I mean, I love this. I think maybe just a smidge. I think some of the displacement maybe could use just a little tweaking, and this would really be like awesome. It's great. I love it. This is good. And you have won a chapter of your choice for the Mind in Motion workshop. So chapters 1, 2, 3, 4 are available, and then and 5, and then 6 and 7 I think are bundled, and then 8 and I think 9 and 10 are bundled as well. So any of those, they're like $90, $70. So whichever one you want, you can start with the first one. You can start with cinematics. You can start with production. You can start with camera settings. You can start with lighting, materials, whatever you want to do. And just pick one of those. Let me know. Congrats. This is so cool. Such a cool style. I love it. Next up, zebrafish. I chose, you like submitted kind of several. This is my favorite of the ones you submitted. I think it's the most finished too, but it's simple, it's clean, and I don't know, it's just a cool vibe. I like this one. I like the bridge hole is perfect. It's simple enough, but it works really well. And the water textures look good. Like, I like these little ripples you have in it that feel like fish came up out of the water or something there. Like, I like that. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you did like a bump map of a noise and then layered in another noise with like cycles cranked up to give that. It's a good idea if you did that. I don't know. But very cool. And I mean, like, I love it. I like this. And I don't know if this is like just an image or if this is an image and then this is a light. Like, I don't know, but it's cool. I like this vibe a lot. And you have also won a chapter of your choice from the Mind in Motion workshop. Very cool. Next up is Rohan M, who made this killer like microorganism, like very microscopic view of the bridge, which is obviously like some kind of vein or artery where the blood cells are flowing through it, and you've got all these like microbes and microorganisms floating all around it, and it's just like there's a lot of detail in this, and I don't know what these are because I'm too smooth brain for science like this. But they're like little polyps everywhere, and then these little guys are cool, and these little floaty squigglies. You probably know what these are, or maybe they're completely abstract, and I'm giving you too much credit. But I love it. It's a very cool idea to be given a scene with a river and a bridge and a guy on it, and you make it microorganisms inside of a body somewhere with this little like parasite or microbe on it, and then this monstrosity in the middle here. It's very cool. Super, super cool, fun, and creative. I love it. And you have one chapter of your choice as well to the Mind and Motion Workshop. Again, whatever you want. Have fun. Sharon P is up next with this amazing underwater render with this mermaid who is, just, I guess, I don't know if she's singing, she's dancing, she's posing for the picture, obviously. The Aquaman taking the photo and her have some sort of connection. I'm making up my own lore for this. Treasure chest, we've got this cool ship with this kind of haunted green glow, something going on there, where it's obviously sort of the Flying Dutchman's from SpongeBob vibes. But I love the fish. I love the coral and everything. The lighting's cool coming through the water with the backlighting and everything. Super, super cool. Very fun and creative. Like, this is obviously the bridge. We've got land, and then this is the river is more the sand underneath the water. So I just love that people can get a prompt and give these two images. It's great. I love that. I love that about people. You can see a little shark hiding in there, lurking. Hopefully the mermaid is not in any danger. Perhaps she's a siren. Sunk the ship. Anyway, Sharon, you have also won an asset of your choice from Pixel Lab. You and Mr. Exocom both can pick out some explosions or VFX or something and have fun with those for sure. Next up is Terry W. Terry, this is so cool. I think you made this, I am assuming with Pyro, maybe Imbergen. I don't know, but I love the idea of this cool mountain. I like these. The eagles coming in to get the fish. I like that little story going on here. I actually really like the way this grass looks over here. Like, it looks like, this feels like another studio set because you've got she's like ceramic. I'm not sure what she is, but to me, she looks a lot like Wraith from Apex Legends. I don't think that's who it is. It's probably some other character, but, they all look... It's not what I mean. Video game... It looks like a video game character, okay? It's a lot like Wraith. Anyway, I do think your landscape, you needed to put a texture on that, and that would have helped just that little fill in those gaps for that, which is really cool. But... yeah, I love it. I love the story, the water, the vibe. It's nice. Very cool. And Terry, you have also won the entire Mind and Motion workshop for free. So there you go. Let me know, and I'll send you the email that, and you can have access to all 10 chapters of that $500 value, 100 plus projects, videos, 100 plus videos, 70 plus projects, and tons of hours of content and training. So awesome. All right. Congrats, Terry. Tan Motion is next, which is this really cool hybrid of Chinese lanterns floating away, but they're kind of digital cubes of some sort of flower that floats away, which I think is just a really cool idea. And it looks really cool. And obviously, it's really ambitious because there's a lot of refraction and a lot of reflection going on here, and it's dark. So there's going to be a lot of GI working hard in this. So yeah, it's going to take some render time, which is probably why you went with kind of the noisier image. If you want, you could always take this into AI and try to clean it up with something like that for sure. Kriya maybe can do it for free. You can check it out. It'll crop it, but whatever. Anyway, awesome. I love it. And you have won a chapter of your choice from the Mind and Motion workshop, but I like that this dude here is just chilling, watching it all happen all alone. Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. Okay, next up is Marty G. Marty G, who has this fun little ghostly marshmallow man with a wacky guitar. It's just all kind of this nice abstract wobbly vibe, and it just feels like you could touch any part of this and it would squish, and you leave your fingerprints in it, and it would just like that modeling clay. That's what I would feel like. That's what I'm picturing. Nice little mushrooms and stuff. The water's fun. Very cool vibe. Just a fun piece. Fun lighting on them and everything. Very fun, original idea. I like it. So, Marty, you have won Grayscale Gorilla Plus for a year. All right. That's awesome. So you'll get access to all of GSG Plus for a year. Just let me know. I will get you in contact with them. And you can start using their stuff. Very cool. Congrats. Next up is Arjun Kamal. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, but this is a pretty fun one. Obviously, there's some interesting texture stuff going on here. I feel like there's just like a glossiness map on top of this ground. But I don't know. It's pretty awesome. So I like the idea, though, that there's this just like swirly anomaly that's just happening, that's like organic in there. Very cool. I get that. You're just going for kind of that vibe. Yeah, and wherever you're at in your 3D journey, like, you did it. You submitted something, and you're going to win because you took the time and the effort, and hopefully you had fun creating this. It's pretty cool looking. It makes me think of the Mimic stuff from Day After Tomorrow. Not Day After Tomorrow. Tomorrow Never Dies. No, that's James Bond. What's the Edge of Tomorrow? Wow. My brain really connected some dots there that shouldn't have been connected. We were from Jake Gyllenhaal to Bond back to Tom Cruise. Okay, yes, you have won. Sorry, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep because my little one doesn't want to sleep. You have also won the entire Mind and Motion workshop for free. So enjoy that, get learning, and I cannot wait to see what else you can make. Congrats. And then, of course, there's Orion Pax, who, there's good and there's great. And then there's God tier. And Orion has done that. We've got Buscemi, as he calls it. I think Buscemi, Steve Buscemi, maybe? No. Buscemi. Yeah, but, he just, it's got a nice field. It's like pretty illuminated bridge. And these two people that clearly, I've been taking some pills they found on the ground. And, they're seeing their two idols up there, Starscream and Steve Buscemi, because, of course, yeah. God tier. I mean, as far as idols go, All right, David, wait, no. Orion, you have won 3 months, I think 3 months, of Skillshare for free. So you can learn on there. There's all kinds of cool stuff. You can see if anyone has any courses on Steve Buscemi. Yeah, but congrats on that. There's a lot of cool training on there. You should check it out for real. All right, and David G with this fun take. I like the world that you've created. I like the glowy little dot herb plants. I think that's fun. Well, obviously the glowies are like fireflies above the plants, and I think I know what's happening here. There's an anime cat character with a sword doing a backflip, I think, and then there's something. I think that's like I don't know if that's like a cartoon explosion, like that's blowing it up, like the bridge is breaking. Hopefully I'm right. I could be wrong. And because the bridge is like breaking away, which is cool. And so that's what's going on. But yeah, good job, David. I love it. Very cool. I like the little details and stuff you're throwing in there. I like this back here. If this is a reference to some character, I don't know it. I'm sorry. But you have won a chapter of your choice. So congrats into the Mind and Motion workshop. Whoops. All right. Lastly, we've got JL, who sent a couple, and we included the render time on one inside, and it's just like I respect it because basically, Jay, like, you want to do 3D, like, it's so obvious, and your machine does not want to do 3D. So I don't know what kind of machine you have, but hopefully you can get something to help pursue your passions and stuff with that, because I mean, it's clearly you want to do it. Like, I can tell that you played around with it in the both scenes that you sent, and you understand what you need to do. It's just your machine is the bottleneck, not your talent really at this point. And I've been there, and it's a tough spot to be. So yeah, so you'll get to get a chapter of the Mind and Motion workshop as well. If I could buy you a rig or something, I would, but it's awesome. I hope you get that and keep going. Even though your machine is kind of stunting you, I hope you get it available and get going. All right, and that's it. Congrats to everybody. This is just some renders that I did. So I took this render here. This is a lot of the Pixel Lab elements that you see, and I took it. This is another Helldivers one. Well, I was going to talk about I took that Storm one into Gen 3 for Runway and animated it, and I think I put it in here. I did it with all of them, but I'm still learning. how to do prompting for 3D video, but there it is. Pretty cool, right? So that's just that one frame, and it's just like it added that motion to the smoke and the electricity and stuff like that. So pretty cool that it can do that. And all I told it to do was push in slowly with electricity going around and the smoke moving, and that's all the change, which is what's cool about that. Pretty cool. Okay, so again, thank you all so much. I'll email all of you. Again, these are awesome. Sweepstakes, from my perspective, disappointing. From these 16 people that entered perspective, probably not disappointing, because you won. That was awesome. Again, thank you all. I'm glad you had fun, and that's the key. So as far as future content for the channel, I've got a couple tutorials coming out, but after that, I'm going to kind of shift the channel into more of a show. So it's going to be like half entertainment, half learning, where everything's going to be broken up into small little segments, because I have all these ideas of like short little videos that I don't think would be very good on YouTube on their own, like but I think put together in a segment in one video, like every 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to have a lot of content packed into it. It's going to have a tutorial, it's going to have assets to show off, it's going to have community stuff, it's going to have a challenge, maybe, like as far as like so you guys ask me how to make something and see if I can make it, and I talk about the process of that, as well as like AI tools, how to use them and stuff like that that's coming along, as well as just a quick tutorial and seeing that maybe you can do within 2-3 minutes to make something cool in C4D, and something for starting out, whether it's a material or a scene or what, and then just more tutorials and stuff like that. That's going to be a lot. This is so much technology and stuff changing all the time, and I want to talk about it in a fun way and have some fun with that, as rather than just doing tutorials. I want to, inject a little more of me into them, and hopefully you guys like that. So again, thank you all for entering, and hopefully you enjoyed the prizes. Again, thank you to Kit Bash, Grayskull Gorilla, and TG Hacks, and Jordan over at Pixel Lab, and Skillshare for prizes, because that's awesome. And thanks, Timmy. Yeah, it was cool. It's cool. Thanks, guys and girls, everybody. See you next time.